Good morning. As co-advisors of the National Technical Honor Society, which we lovingly refer to as NTHS, Michelle Jack and I welcome all of you, those here in person and those watching virtually. Welcome parents and family members, faculty, administrators, guests, present career and tech students, and of course, our career and tech inductees. There's our career and tech second-year members. My name is Karen McCartney, and I became involved with the CTE program in 2011 when I was a literacy coach because I saw the value of this program, giving students a chance to explore their talents in a tangible way and very often giving them a career direction. This program is possible because we have talented, committed, and hardworking students who, in many ways, possess these qualities because they are supported by caring and hardworking families. Students qualify for admission into NTHS by earning an overall, not just in their CTE class, an overall 92% GPA. They also have to display the attributes of an NTH member, and later on you'll be hearing about those attributes, and these are national standards, which these students do possess. We know that career and technical education helps grow our students into more than just average students. So I would like to thank the CTE teachers for their hard work and investment in these young adults. And I'd like to acknowledge the teachers who run our different programs. Not all of them can be here this morning because they're teaching. So our first one, the lead teacher of the Career and Technical Education Department is Matt DeGolier, and he also founded the National Technical Honor Society chapter here at the high school in 2012. Kim Preston, who is present, is the child development teacher. Matt George heads up our carpentry program. Mike Wilbur teaches electrical technology. Tom O'Brien is at the helm of our petroleum well drilling technology. Michelle Jack teaches health occupations. Mr. Ware teaches the computer maintenance technology program. Erica Fries, also here today, teaches our marketing program. Tom Boylan is our automotive technology teacher. And Mr. Bob Newman teaches engineering technologies, and he is also the reason that you can view this virtually. So we thank Bob for all the work that he's put into helping us and helping our families be able to celebrate with their children and see this today. I know that each of the NTHS members and inductees truly care for these teachers because these teachers go out of their way to help the students succeed both in school and beyond. So we thank all the teachers. I also have to mention that this program would not be possible without the support of administrators in the Bradford Area School District. We all need to appreciate the commitment to resources our administrators work to secure. Mr. Dave Ray, our principal, and Mr. Ken Kaufman, Dean of Students, have steadfastly promoted CTE. Mr. Kaufman will speak to us at the end of the program, and we thank you especially, Mr. Kaufman, for your support. Additionally, our business community provides support in securing these resources. Our honored speaker this morning, Mr. Joe Autieri, represents the willingness of the community to partner with us to ensure the development of our youth in order to build strong citizens. We thank you, Mr. Autieri. Okay, right now I'm going to introduce Michelle Jack. Ms. Jack teaches the health occupation program, and I'm happy to say is co-advisor to NTHS with me. I couldn't be more thrilled to have such an enthusiastic, loving, committed colleague on board. Her students are very devoted to her because she is so devoted to them and to the CTE program. Mrs. Jack is going to tell you about the purpose of the NTHS. So let's give her a warm welcome to the podium.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, and congratulations, inductees and returning members. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the purpose of the National Technical Honor Society. The purpose is to reward excellence in workforce education, to develop self-esteem, pride, and encourage students to reach for higher levels of achievement, to promote business and industry's critical workplace values, honesty, responsibility, initiative, teamwork, productivity, leadership, and citizenship, to help schools build and maintain effective partnerships with local business and industry, and to champion a stronger, more positive image for workforce education in America. The colors of the National Technical Honor Society are silver, white, and purple. Silver represents value and worth, white represents truth and honesty, purple represents achievement and honor. The official emblem of the organization is made up of a shield crossed by a scroll bearing the letter NTHS. Above the shield is the head of the American bald eagle with a wreath of 7 stars circling the eagle's head. The shield represents the individual member. The line running through the shield represents a straight, plumb line, fundamental to building a life and career upon a foundation of excellence. The bald eagle's head represents America and the individual's freedom of career choice. The wreath of 7 stars represents the 7 attributes of the NTHS member: skill, scholarship, honesty, responsibility, service, leadership, and citizenship. So at this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Joe Auteri, who is the Director of Sales at Synapse Wireless. If you could please come join us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Oh, I guess I can do my mask, right? It's good to go. And congratulations, you guys, on an incredible accomplishment, really. I'm certain over the last 18 months it wasn't easy to focus on both your technical and academic work, and to do that at such a high level is really a testimony of your work ethic and the content of your character, all things that employers strive to find in people coming into the workforce. I will say, when Mrs. Jack asked me to speak with you, I was extremely honored. I've said it throughout my long career that I wanted to be surrounded by people who were well-rounded, much smarter than me, task-oriented, and self-motivated. And as I looked over the list of inductees and your career paths and what you've accomplished, I know that's the characteristics that describe you folks. So I'm very honored to be here. I do know many of you. I've coached some of you, probably been around, or my wife has taught some of you kids. So we know that all these activities, in addition to your schoolwork and your academics and your technical career, those all continue to expand your capabilities. In today's world, at the speed at which information is shared, it is going to be critical for you to continue and grow that knowledge base. Your educational and technical backgrounds will provide you an opportunity to move in many directions, and it will be critical for you to continue to learn and develop. I would challenge anyone that there is no better time than today in the history of the world for you to make a significant impact on the economy and the overall quality of life. You have so much at your fingertips, literally, the cell phone, data. Sometimes that can drown you, but if you remain focused on solving the problems at hand, you will do great things. When I look at engineering, technology, healthcare, education, sports, and entertainment, there are mind-blowing, life-changing innovations being developed literally every day. In my current role at Synapse Wireless, we are connecting the inanimate world with the Internet of Things through wireless mesh technology, very similar to the technology you use in your cell phones every day. This gives voice to old machines, motors, equipment, lights, even plants and animals, so they can be monitored and controlled as needed, all with simple hardware and human-centric design software. Our largest application, Semios Wireless, involves taking pictures of trapped bugs in fruit orchards. We compress the picture and send the data over acres of wireless network, where the cloud takes the data and uses machine learning to identify the bug. And if it's considered a pest, we send a command back over that network to release a pheromone. The pheromone tricks the bug into mating too soon, and the bugs die before the flowers are on the plants. It's really amazing technology, set out by a guy who was a pheromone scientist and just decided he wanted to make a better, safer way to produce crops. In addition, now that we have the wireless network in place, we've really created a weather station over the canopy, so we can alert for frost warnings, turn on irrigation equipment as needed. They are literally bringing in terabytes of data every week. The opportunities for the connected world are really infinite, and that is the world you are about to join in force. It is a very exciting time, despite what you may hear on the news, especially for people with your skill set. In what seems like 100 years ago, I was once in your seat, although I don't remember if I got an award or not. Back in the day, we had an electronics program with Mr. Quiggle, and after one of his many smoke breaks, he came back and wrote 3 schools on the chalkboard: MIT, RIT, and Penn State. He had a way of making economic sense of things and said, for the money, if you want to be an engineer, a Penn State degree carries a lot of weight. Well, that set the course for me, and another piece of his advice, once I got accepted, I kind of mailed in the rest of my high school work. So I won't, since we're speaking to juniors today too, I won't recommend that philosophy. But for you seniors, congratulations. So I won't lie, I was not a great engineering student. But through the help of my advisor, he pointed me in different directions to use my technical degree to help solve problems in other ways. It was really eye-opening for me and led me to a wonderful career in technical sales, where I got to work with great people like you and also travel the world. When someone asks me what I do for a living, especially in my last 8 years at Synapse Wireless, it's been a struggle to describe. We do so many different things, and our technology is applied in so many different ways. But as I break it down, it becomes obvious that what I do is help solve problems. And we do this as a team. So as you advance your education and fine-tune your career path, I would ask that no matter what your situation you find yourself in, you focus on solving the problem at hand. This takes the egocentrics out of the equation and allows you to look at the problem through someone else's eye. In healthcare, the problems you could be solving might be life and death, or simply someone's comfort and quality of life. In education, you are helping to mold future generations and help them find their way through the process. As an electrician or an engineer, you're solving pieces of the puzzle that will make worlds safer and more efficient. And in marketing and sports and entertainment, you are giving people a quality outlet to spend their downtime. Remember to set your focus on the problem you're trying to solve. In closing, if I could just offer a few things that were shared to me over the course of my career that helped carry me through. Number 1, surround yourself with good people, and good things will happen. This includes your friends, your families, your coworkers, your teachers, your advisors, your professors, and even people you encounter throughout your day-to-day activity. Good people will set you on a good career path. and a good quality of life. Number 2, and this is a new one for me really, make sure you are 100%. That may involve someone helping you get to 100%. You cannot perform at a high level if you yourself are not at 100%. Sometimes that takes a professor, a coworker, a friend, someone to fill you to get you to 100% so you can perform and solve problems. And in that same vein, pay yourself first. This refers to your financial, health, and educational investment. Every little thing you do, good or bad, adds or subtracts to the overall well-being. My first boss, and probably my worst, set me up on a small monthly investment into mutual funds called DRIPS. I'd never heard of it before. He said, you'll never miss the money, but you'll be amazed how far it grows. And when you need it, it'll be there for you. The same relates to health and education. Walking, biking, and just doing something to stay active and eating well. Read a book, listen to a podcast, learn a new skill not related to your career. It leads to a very rewarding life, and you deserve it. Thank you again for having me. It was an honor to be here. Congratulations on your amazing accomplishments, and good luck as you enter the next chapter of your education and your rewarding life and career. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Altieri. So at this time, Ms. McCartney and myself are going to recognize the returning members of the National Technical Honor Society.
So our returning members, when I call your name, if you'll come up to the stage with these. And we're both vaccinated.
Yes.
So, okay, we can stand next to each other. First is Ryan Cotillion, and Ryan was in our oil and gas technology program, and he will be going to Alfred State University for welding. Our next is Ethan Little, and Ethan Little was involved in health occupations, and he will be attending Duquesne for pursuing a degree in health sciences. Not present here is Allison Luke, also going to Duquesne, also in health occupations, but she will be pursuing a degree in occupational therapy. Next is Quentin Minard. Quentin Minard is presently a National Guard member, and he'll be going to basic training this summer, and then he will be pursuing a degree at Slippery Rock University, and it will be business marketing. Also not present is Allison Pulver. She was in our child care course, and she will be going to St. Bonaventure University, pursuing a degree in early childhood education. And last but not least, we have Mia Van Scooter, and Mia was also in health occupation, and she will be attending Pitt Bradford in the fall to pursue a degree in nursing. We are very proud of you, and we congratulate you and wish you the best in your pursuits. And come back and see us.
At this time, our returning members are going to read the attributes of the National Technical Honor Society. In the center of the table is the candle representing knowledge, the purple candle. Knowledge is familiarity, awareness, or understanding gained through experience or study. This candle represents the knowledge you have gained through experience and study in your technical program.
The first member of attribute is skill. Skill is the use of knowledge to develop great ability and expertness necessary to make positive difference in a particular occupational field. I light this candle to represent skill.
The second member attribute is honesty. Honesty is the quality of being truthful, trustworthy, and fair with everyone while at work or play. I light this candle to represent honesty.
The third member attribute is service. Service is giving assistance and being ready and able to provide a helpful and useful act. I light this candle to represent service.
The fourth member attribute is responsibility. Responsibility involves the ability to act without guidance or superior authority and being answerable for your own actions. I light this candle to represent responsibility.
The fifth member of attribute is skill. Scholarship, It's scholarship. Scholarship is the distinctive mark of one who has mastered an area of learning as reflected in the quality of his or her work, especially with respect to scope, thoroughness, and care. I light this candle to represent scholarship.
The sixth member attribute is citizenship. Citizenship is being entitled with full civil rights and exercising the duties, rights, and privileges of the status. I light this candle to represent citizenship.
The seventh member attribute is leadership. Leadership is the responsibility of serving as a guiding force and directing the way by going first with courage and confidence. I light this candle to represent leadership.
Thank you, guys. You can take your seat at this time. So now it's time to honor our inductees today. And I'd like to welcome the career and tech teachers. If you want to present your students with their portfolios, you're more than welcome to join us on the stage and do that. It's okay. We're going to start with our seniors and then move on to our juniors. So our first inductee is Leah Faulkner. Leah is a student in the marketing department, and her future plans are to pursue a career in finance and economics. Leah Faulkner. Come on up. Come on up, Leah. Not with us today is David Nagowski, and David is a student in the Engineering Technology program. Gavin Piscatelli is our next inductee. He is a member of the marketing class, and his future plans are to pursue a career in sports management and sports operations. Gavin Piscatelli. Our juniors. Lainey Allen is a member of the health occupation class, and her future plans are to join the Air Force and pursue a career as an orthopedic surgeon. Lainey Allen. Next, we have Brianna Bernhardt. Brianna is a student in the early childhood education, and her future plans are to pursue a career in psychology. Brianna Bernhardt. Dalton Dixon. Dalton is a member of our electrical technology program, and his future plans include a career as an electrical engineer. Dalton Dixon. Andrew Kane. Andrew Kane is a member of our engineering technology program, and his future plans include a career as an electrical engineer. Andrew Kane. Micaiah Langenese, also known as Mikey, is a member of the health occupation class, and her future plans are to pursue a career as a dermatologist. Micaiah Langenese. Brooke McLean is a member of the health occupation class, and her future plans are to pursue a career in ophthalmology. Brooke McLean. Liam McKay. Liam is also a member of the health occupation class, and his future plans include joining the Navy and pursuing a career in nursing. Liam McKay. Matthew Miller. Matthew Miller is a student in the electrical technology program. His future plans include a career as a constructional electrician, correct? Sorry, I apologize for that. Matthew Miller. Christian Peterson. Christian is a member of the engineering technology program, and his future plans are to become a mechanical engineer. Christian Peterson. Riley Reinard. Riley is a student in the health occupation class, and her future plans are to pursue a career in nursing. Riley Reinard. Jack Wells. Jack is a student in the electrical technology program, and his future plans are to get into the apprenticeship for electrical. Jack Wells. And last but not least, we have Darian Weinberg, who is also a student in the health occupation class, and her future plans are to pursue a career in the medical field. Darian Weinberg. So at this time, if our new inductees and our returning members could please stand, and if you open up your program, we will all recite the pledge together. As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement, and I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country. Thank you very much. You can all have a seat. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Ken Kaufman, our Dean of Students, to give the closing.
Thank you very much. As is quite often the case with me, I just have some rambling thoughts to offer you here as a closing. First of all, on behalf of Bradford Area High School administration, Mr. Ray, who's not able to be with us today, Mrs. Morgan, myself, we'd like to offer our congratulations to all of you on this achievement. Also, on behalf of the Bradford Area School District, I have permission to speak on behalf of Mrs. Pooty, our superintendent, and also to offer congratulations to all of you, and also the school board. As I was thinking about this and thinking about comments that I might have to share with you, and thinking back to my experience with the Career and Tech program here at the high school, I've got kind of a unique perspective on this. I graduated from Bradford Area High School many years ago. I won't say how long, but many years ago. So I had an opportunity while I was here to experience our Career and Tech program as a student. I was a member of the drafting program, 2 periods a day, every day, with Mr. Dave Hoganson, who was a former instructor here, and also Mr. Guy Conklin, who was not our direct instructor, but he was in the next room, and he was in with us a lot. He taught mechanical drawing. Many of the lessons that I learned in that program have stuck with me, throughout my experience after high school. I didn't choose to follow the path of drafting, and this is, way back when we used to have to actually sharpen our pencils and use rulers and T-squares. But a lot of the things, like I said, that I learned from that did stick with me, and also the relationships that were built. Mr. Hoganson and Mr. Conklin were wonderful people that taught me a lot about drafting, but also just taught me a lot about life and how to handle situations and how you should act in situations. So I appreciate from the student perspective the opportunity. And I didn't know, when I came to Bradford Area High School many years ago, I thought all high schools had opportunities like we did. I didn't realize how special this is, how special this opportunity is, and many of you may not realize it yet either, but not all schools have an in-house career and technical program with a commitment from the district and community like we do. So you've had a great opportunity here, and I acknowledge that you've taken advantage of that opportunity, and it'll serve you well as you go forward. As I moved on, I chose to get into education and become a teacher, and I was fortunate enough to come back to my hometown. And my first experience within the high school and the school district was as a substitute teacher before I got hired full-time. During that time, I was fortunate enough, again, to visit the Career and Technical program as a substitute teacher. I did long-term substitution in our carpentry program when Mr. Art Newcomb, who was our teacher, was out for some health reasons. And it was a great opportunity to see another program in addition to the one that I had been in, and to be a part of the students that were in his program and see the things that they were capable of. I also had opportunity to be up on the oil production program way back when I was a substitute teacher, and again, great opportunity that is very rare for high schools in our country to be in that, have an opportunity to be in that program. So I had, like I said, an experience to be not only a student, but then a teacher. So then after a while, after teaching health and physical education for a few years here at the high school, I decided to become an administrator. And right away, as I moved through the administrative roles here at the high school, I knew the value of career and technical education. I had been a part of it in many levels, so obviously I was supporting it, and I'm still very supportive of it. But I realized not only the potential for our students to learn the technical skills, but I knew the relationships that were there. And so over the years, in many different ways, we've utilized our career and tech teachers and programs to tap into the relationships with students. And in many instances, it's been our career and tech hands-on approach that has kept students involved here at the high school. It gave people an opportunity and a place to fit and feel like they were part of something here at the high school. So it's been a wonderful, opportunity that I've had with the Career and Tech program. And then, I was thinking just this morning, as a consumer, as a person who lives here in the Bradford area, just in the past year, I was thinking back to things that I've had done in my own home. I had a gas cooktop installed in my home. The person who came and installed it was a student through our carpentry program here at the high school. I had to have some electrical work done not too long ago. Nothing too major, but certainly something I wasn't going to attack. So I relied on a professional. Again, a student who graduated from Bradford Area High School. I had to have a roof put on the house. A roof over my head was provided by a student from our career and technical program here in the high school. These are things, you're talking about gas lines, you're talking about electricity, you're talking about, construction of the home. These are things that you rely on experts. You rely on people that you can count on. And in all those situations, just in my experience, those were students that I knew, were members of our career and tech program. So as you leave here, you have an opportunity to do the same and to provide these services in many ways. I could just now think, like I said, rambling thoughts, I'm good at them. Recently had to have some medical things done, and many of the people that, provided many of the services there and took care of me were former students here in the high school. So again, the skills and experiences that you learn here in these programs will be applied throughout your life. And I hope that you realize the opportunities that you'll have, the opportunities that you have had already, and what going forward, what you'll have in the future, and that we understand and appreciate the important things that you have done and that you will do as you go forward. So once again, I would like to congratulate all of you on this recognition. I would like to thank Ms. McCartney and Ms. Jack for putting this program together and for being committed to the National Technical Honor Society. I'd like to thank my good friend, Mr. Autieri, for taking some time out of his day today to be here with us, but most of all, congratulations again to all of our students for this accomplishment. Thank you.
So that concludes the program. You can take a few minutes. I can't see the time, so I don't know how much time. Oh, we're good. We had arranged to finish at 10. If you would like to take some photographs, either with your group or whatever, take about 5 to 7 minutes to do that, and then you can come out to the auditorium hallway. There are some refreshments for you. So thank you very much to everyone, and thank you for those at home who are celebrating with us.